Good day, everyone. I am Jerwin Nebres. So let's start exploring nanotechnology. So, what are the learning outcomes in this lesson? First, give the meaning of nanotechnology. Second, discuss the development of nanotechnology and its importance in society. Third, describe some devices that develop nanotechnology. Fourth, explain the use of nanotechnology. And the last is analyze the implication of nanotechnology. So before I proceed in our topic, let us first watch the simple clip so that you can better understand our topic.
Hey, do you know what nano means? It means small, very small. It is 1,000,000 times smaller than the smallest measure on a ruler. If you want to get an idea of how small a nanometer really is, you'll need to take a piece of hair from your head. Go on, it won't hurt. Got it. Now take a good close look at that strand of hair. Not much to look at, is it? If we were to shrink you down, smaller than the smallest thing you can see with the naked eye, you will find that your piece of hair starts to look a lot more interesting. You are now about the size of a red blood cell. Your strand of hair is a massive tree compared to you. Even at this size, you're still about 1,000 times too big to be considered nano. To get you down to the nanoscale, we will have to shrink you to about 100 nanometers tall. Hey, where are all the lights? You are now smaller than the wavelength of visible light. You are practically invisible. But for the sake of demonstration, I think we should turn on some lights. At this size, the red blood cell is 1,000 times bigger than you are. It is like an enormous stadium. Welcome to the nanoscale. You could probably hold a common cold virus in your hands quite comfortably now. The rhinovirus is only about 30 nanometers across and is nearly impossible to see next to the red blood cell. A red blood cell is too big to be considered nano. However, it's made up of all kinds of nanomaterials. If you were to look close enough, you would see that the outer walls of the cell are stabilized by a flexible, mesh-like protein skeleton. The bars and connectors that make up this mesh are considered part of a nanomaterial. Without these reinforcing nanostructures, the cell would be much more fragile and not nearly as flexible. It wouldn't stand a chance in your body. Everything is made up of nanomaterials. Nanomaterials are an arrangement of molecules and atoms that, when combined, create stable building blocks that can be made into larger, more complex materials and structures. Which is pretty much everything, including this little piece of hair. I bet you didn't think there was so much going on in such a small amount of space.
I'm sure that most of you is familiar with nanotechnology because you are using gadgets such as cell phones, LED TV, and laptop. So those are the example of nanotechnology in a small scale. We will talk about nano. From the Greek word nanos, which means dwarf. Just how small is nano? The term nano, it refers a unit of meaning 1 billion or 10 raised to negative 9. So it can compare to a size of DNA. Now for example, sa blood cell, we all know that a cell, there's a nucleus which can control everything. So inside the cell, there is a DNA. So ganun po kaliit ang nanotechnology in a small scale. So the human being manipulate materials in a narrow scale level. So, super high-tech. Mas manipis yung cellphone, mas manipis yung TV, mas high-tech. Because of this nanotechnology. As you can see in the figure, mas maliit pa siya sa bacteria. But of course, mas malaki pa siya sa atom. You can manipulate materials. It can be solid, liquid, or gas. You can manipulate matters in this scale. Of course, but today, we can manipulate things like in technology now, particularly like intangible objects in gadgets. Let's talk about nanotechnology, scientific and technological convergence. Nanotechnology deals with materials and devices that are fabricated within the nanometer scales, and the tools and phenomena that are manifested within this scale by Enriquez 1975. Nanometer is a unit of length in the metric system equal to 1 billion of meter or 10 to 9 meter. It is roughly the width of 3 or 4 atoms. The average of human hair is about 25,000 nanometers wide. Nanorobots is a tiny machine that perform work like miniature surgeon, which is planted in the body to diagnose or treat disorders. Nanomachine is a tiny machine capable of doing tasks at nano level. Nanomedicine is a field of science which deals with using nanotechnology in the field of medicine. And the last is nanotronics. It's a field of science in electronics that uses nanotechnology.
My name is Jansen V. Morales, and this is the short history of nanotechnology. The term nanotechnology itself was coined by Tokyo Science University professor Norio Taniguchi in 1974 to describe precision machining at the nanometer level. However, it was not until the invention of the scanning tunneling microscope in 1981 by Gerd Binig and Henrik Rohrer that scientists could directly observe individual atoms. Nanotechnology started with Richard Feynman in his famous 1959 talk titled "There's Plenty of Room in the Bottom." He basically started the "Tree will come a day that there are still plenty to discover and create in the microscopic level in atoms and molecules." The next advancement of the field of nanotechnology is the best roadmap of the semiconductor industry proposed by Gordon Moore, who is the one founder of Intel Corporation. The roadmap predicted the further shrinking and diminishing of size of integrated circuit as time progresses in the following decades. Also around that time in 1965, a new type of microscopy was discovered. The scan probe microscope or SPM was strong enough to see and feel actual atoms. Finally, scientists had an extension or their hands shrinking down and able to manipulate objects down to the microscopic level. One of the most interesting discoveries was the construction of manufacture Fullereni's Smelly 2003, Nanotube Collins and Avoris 2000, and Graphene James and Noko Selov 2007, which are the new form of carbon and exhibit unique properties which was used for building and constructing electrical materials. Today, nanotechnology is used in the broad range of application, from enhancing the properties everyday materials in cosmetics and clothing to creating entirely new materials and specific properties, like carbon nanotubes and quantum dots.
And Villanueva. Next is application of nanotechnology in the Philippines environment. The Philippines ranked 39 out of 199 countries in terms of carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide emission, and it's increasing more and more every year. According to research, the Metro Manila pollution is caused by two things. First and foremost is the exhaust from motor vehicles, and second is the exhaust from factories and even the first class hotels in Metro Manila. We still use loaded gasoline, which has been banned in advanced countries, and sad to say, it's a very common sight to see cars and trucks that are obviously violating the anti-pollution laws. But seldom do you see their drivers apprehended by the police. There is an evident threat brought about by pollution in Metro Manila, and nanotechnology proposes a way wherein it can help the environment. In the year 2000, commercial application of nanotechnology began to increase, such as use of silver nanoparticles as an antibacterial agent, nanoparticle-based cosmetic in transparent sunscreens, and carbon nanotubes clothing materials which are effective as stain-resistant textile.
My name is Jemar Embales. So let's go have to other application of nanotechnology. Nanomedicine is an application of nanotechnology in the field of the medicine which deals with create tiny machines to help prevent the and treat disease of the human body. This tiny machine includes activity monitors, chemotherapy, pacemakers, biochips, insulin pumps, nebulizer, needles injectors, bearing aids, medical flow, and blood pressure, glucose monitoring, and drug delivery system.
One.
Example of medicine procedure currently being developed using nanomedicine include the following. Number one, diagnostic nanomachines in the form of nanorobots are equipped with wireless transmitter could travel around the blood and lymph system and can send warning with chemical balance are detected. Two, nanomachines could be planted the nervous system to monitor pulse, brainwave activities, and other functions. Three, nanotechnology device could help spice drugs or hormones as needed by the patient. Four, nanorobots that act like miniature surgeons can help repair damaged cells or get inside cells to remove and replace or assist damaged intracellular structures. Five, medicine is also capable using nanoparticles to deliver precisely to the right place and correct dosage in the body such as drugs, heat, light, or other substances to specific types of cells such as cancer cells that helps reduce damage to healthy cells compared to traditional chemo treatment employed in the body. Bradley 2011. Next, in the field of electronics. Nanoelectronics is the application of nanotechnology to help develop electronics devices on nanoscale and to be able to reduce their weight and power's consumption, improve displays screen in electronics device to increase the density of memory chips. Nanotechnology has also reduced size of transistor used in integrated circuits of silicon chips to bring out powerful device in the palm of your hand with less imitating heat, less energy consumption. Paul Bradley, 2011. Nokia Research Center and the University Cambridge are trying to develop mobile device to be bent, stretched, and folded.
My name is Jan Prince Rubis. Next is concerning is the environment nanotechnology is being used to solve pollution problem. Number one, solution are in the form of producing iron nanoparticles that help facilitate the decomposition of organic solvent disposed into water. This method is found to be significantly lesser in cost compared to traditional water treatment process. Number two, the use of nanotubes mixed with epoxy is found to produce windmill blades with lesser weight but stronger blade that help generate greater electricity output. 3. Solar cells are effective nanomaterials to generate electricity at a competitive cost of compared at coal or oil. Is consumer on product. Silver nanoparticles embedded in fabric help destroy odor causing bacteria. Skincare products that contain nanoparticles can easily penetrate skin to facilitate absorption of vitamins into the skin. Lithium-ion batteries that are nanoparticles based on electrodes help in powering plug-in electric cars. Flame retardant used in the coating the foam used in furniture are using carbon nanofibers. Fabric are made dirt and stain repellent by producing nanofibers which are hydrophobic. Cutting tools made of nanocrystalline materials of tungsten carbide, titanium carbide, and titanium carbide can last longer than the traditional materials. Is sporting goods. Adding nanotubes in tennis request frame help increase its strength and provide increased control and power when you hit the tennis ball. Nanoparticles is golf club shaft materials improve the quality of the materials that make up the shaft, thus creating an improved shaft swing. Nanoparticles is in tennis ball help reduce our leak that help keep their ball bounce longer. Paul Bradley, 2011. Carbon nanotubes are used now in making bicycle components and in the manufacture of lightweight boats.
My name is James Carl Tabas. Positive and negative impacts of nanotechnology. Health. Nanoparticles are so tiny and invisible to the naked eye. They can come into your body through the skin, nose, lung, and digestive system. Did you know mice injected with nanomaterials have regained the ability to use paralyzed limbs? Next, national security. Nanobomb containing self-multiplying deadly barriers can be used as terror weapons that are capable of annihilating thousands to billions of the Earth population. Did you know one possible example of nanobomb is the coronavirus, which is believed to be a defense mechanism in case wars and for bioterrorism? Next, culture. Slow traditional practices may be refused by the millennials as they marvel at the speed of modern technology, comparing the old activities as slow versus the fast pace of nanotechnology. Next, social interaction. Because of the speed communication, many false news can be spread easily and can cause many chaos and misunderstanding. Did you know that the Philippines has been called patient zero in the global disinformation epidemic? Studies into the country's troll forms found that political campaigns pay trolls 50,000 to 100,000 pesos monthly to create multiply fake news. Social media accounts to post political propaganda and attack critics. Next, economy. Investment in developing nanomechanism to create nanorobots, nanomedicine, and the like involves huge cash outputs. Nanotechnology is believed to take 20 to 50 years to become fully commercialized. But the next industry revolution may completely change human way of life. Next, politics. While nanotechnology is a work of human hands, it is used in modernization. For instance, use of synthetic drug and high-powered weapons. Appropriate laws must be enacted manipulating human and destroying our environmental. And the last is environment. Nanotechnology can improve the environment by making solar energy more affordable through the more efficient use of silicon-based solar cells.
nanoparticles, and ultra-thin films.
This is the last topic. Latest technology regarding nanoparticles. Nanoparticles remain rapidly advancing field in technology with applications spanning medicine, electronics, energy, and material science. Here are some of the latest trends and technologies involving nanoparticles. First, medical applications. Here are some examples of medical application. Drug delivery. Nanoparticles are increasingly used to improve the delivery of drugs, particularly for cancer treatment. Next is imaging and diagnostic. Nanoparticles such as quantum dots and gold nanoparticles are employed in advanced imaging technique to provide detailed visual of organs, tissues, and even cellular processes. Last is antimicrobial treatments. Nanoparticles like silver or zinc oxide have demonstrated patent antimicrobial properties, which are used in treating infections, especially those resistant to traditional antibiotics. Second, energy storage and conversion. Here are some examples of energy storage and conversion. Batteries and supercapacitors. Researchers are developing nanoparticles-based materials to increase the capacity and efficiency of lithium ions, batteries, and supercapacitors. Next is solar cells. Nanoparticles are being used to improve the efficiency of photovoltaic cells. Third, environmental applications. Here are some examples of environmental applications. Water purification. Nanoparticles are used in water treatment technologies to remove contaminants like heavy metals and organic compounds more efficient. Next, air purification. Photocatalytic nanoparticles that use light to trigger chemical reactions can break down pollutants in the air, making air purification system more effective. Fourth, electronics and photonic. Here are some examples of electronics and photonic. Sensor. Nanoparticles-based sensors are highly sensitive and precise, making them ideal for detecting chemicals, biological agents, or environmental conditions at very low concentration. Next is advanced display. Quantum dots are used in display technology to produce TVs and monitors with brighter colors and higher energy efficiency. Fifth, material science. Here are some examples of material science. Self-healing materials. Incorporating nanoparticles in the polymers can lead to the development of materials that can self-repair after damage. Next is lightweight yet strong materials. Nanoparticles are used to enhance the mechanical properties of composites, making them stronger and lighter, which is beneficial for automotive and aerospace applications.